What is up, everybody? Welcome to Faded Talks podcast, where we keep it strictly barbershop talk. I'm Jamar, alongside Terrence and Bobby, and today we got a special guest. It's a 309 native, proud Peorian. I'll say it. Richwoods alumni.
There we go.
Eastern alumni. ISU alumni. This man did it all, man. He's a fourth district city councilman. He's a father, he's a husband. He's a little bit of everything. Got his doctorate degree, so we're going to call him Dr. Andre Allen. What's up, man?
Hey, man. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, for sure.
On the pod?
Yeah.
The hottest pod in the P? We'll go ahead and stay.
We're going to try to get there. Yeah. Let's do it. We got a good episode today. We're going to talk a little bit about everything. But how's everybody's weekend this week?
It was busy, but good. Stepson graduation party. Finally got it done. So.
Graduation party?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been a while. We had a lot of stuff to do. So
This is your oldest?
he's the oldest boy, 18.
Oldest boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. Where you graduate from?
Galesburg.
Okay, cool. Still 309. Still
309. Yeah.
Yeah. Is he got plans to go to college?
I don't know what that boy plans to do.
Hey.
Hey, he can do it all though, man. He's smart. He working on cars. I mean, he
So he can do a little bit of
doing
everything.
lawns. He doing everything.
Okay.
Stay
Get him in the
busy.
trade. That's what I
that-
told him.
that
Yeah.
trade Trade is where it's at.
Okay.
Yeah, keep him busy. Well, congratulations to your son.
Appreciate it.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Congrats.
About you, Bobby?
Man, I didn't do nothing, man. I just worked out. Y'all know me. Love the gym, man. Had a leg day yesterday.
Okay.
I combined quads and hams yesterday. That was
was
a
that?
lot. Oh.
You came in, walked it in fine, though.
But that's because of that glutamine, man.
Okay.
Because I recover well.
Okay.
Peptides, recover well.
So tight.
Peptides, I recover well. So just my leg workout, nothing else.
Nothing else?
Yep.
Nothing else the whole week, just worked out.
Worked out and I ate, Jamar. You know I gotta eat.
Bobby did more to you than just that.
Okay, I worked out.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Okay.
Called a good fight last night.
Okay.
Real quick.
Yeah.
We gonna get there. We gonna get there.
About to fight,
I
yeah.
had to.
What about you, Dre? How was your week?
It was busy. Friday, me and my wife went to a prom for our mature residents. I would
Senior
say.
prom.
Yeah.
Okay,
So that was
okay.
cool, hanging out with them. It's good to see older people having a good time.
Yeah.
It was a Mardi Gras theme. They was on that dance floor. They was killing it.
That's dope.
Then my wife, she got a chance to crown the prom queen, so that was pretty cool.
They had a prom queen and king?
So they just did a prom queen this time.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know what happened with the king, but it was a good event. Then yesterday, my son had his last baseball game. So you was talking before the show.
Yeah.
Our boy's doing baseball now.
Yeah.
He a lefty. He getting money. He doing his thing.
Man, them lefties, bro.
Yeah,
that's what they.
Yeah,
dope.
yeah. He doing his thing there.
How old is he?
He's 8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's 8. He's
He's
8.
about to get Dre finna get into the AAU circuit.
Come on now, I'm trying to get an NIL deal with Roblox or something,
Roblox is a game.
Real.
It's good.
Oh,
It's
man.
good to make it shake. Then yesterday evening, Sean Livingston was in town. He had a fundraiser and an event for his foundation. So shout out to Sean. One of the goats coming from the 309, still giving back. So me and my wife went to that event. That was at Bremer Jewelry. So we had a good time there, and now I'm here with y'all, hanging out.
Yeah,
We
man.
lucky, man. Dre be busy, man. So
I'm so thankful
yes.
that he would put us in his schedule. I know he be.
Oh man, nah. You know what? I say this though, and as we get older, you make time for the things that matter. My
Facts.
brothers matter to me.
Hey, I
Facts.
appreciate that.
Appreciate
I
that.
definitely appreciate that. So let's get right into these segments. Okay, NBA draft. Did y'all watch it?
Yes.
Okay, what y'all think?
I watched like the first 10 picks.
Okay,
It wasn't all that to me.
what?
To me, it wasn't. It wasn't.
They have argued, Bobby, that this is like next to
03?
03.
96.
But see,
I don't
man,
think it can't do
One of the
96.
ones.
But okay, I watched it, but I wasn't like
He wasn't impressed.
excited. Yeah, I was excited about the Bulls pick because I'm a Bulls fan.
Okay.
Don't start.
Yeah, Caleb Wilson. That's an amazing pick.
No,
That's-
Caleb.
Yeah,
I
Wilson,
know,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Caleb is. I've been watching him since this year with North Carolina. He's a ton, man.
Yeah.
I was like,
But he got like the hand injury.
He'll be
and
all right,
stuff.
man. You
Oh
know.
yeah.
he'll be fine.
Yeah.
But I was excited about that pick, but everything else, I was just like, okay.
Really,
Yeah, I wasn't like
man. AJ.
AJ nice
6'9"?
man, but I just wasn't like. It was just like okay to me.
Is it because of the time basketball in right now? It's hard to get hyped up. You see more of the same coming.
I think for me, WNBA is more exciting than the draft to me. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't disagree with that.
The WNBA to me was just more exciting than that draft because it was just like already kind of like everybody kind of knew they were going to go. I was just happy to see the Bulls finally get somebody besides. This is the next best pick besides Derrick Rose.
I remember one year they picked a 6-man on the lottery. I was like,
Patrick Williams.
I was like,
Yeah.
no disrespect to Patrick Williams, but I mean, what are we doing?
Yeah.
I mean, what are we doing?
I'll say this: it was really like top 3 heavy that year. So like he was number 4. So you
can't justify picking a 6-man. You cannot
don't.
justify. I don't remember that draft class, but I'm sure
it was Lonzo Ball, and was
De'Aaron
Anthony
Fox.
Edwards
Oh yeah.
De'Aaron Fox.
and Jason Wiseman.
But why pick a 6-man?
I
To
don't
come
think
off
they-
the
I don't think they
bench
would.
as a lottery pick.
Well, you know the Bulls, we do random
Dumb
things.
stuff.
I know it's
Dumb stuff.
I
Not
know,
random
but
dumb
I think
stuff.
they got it right this year.
I think they did. Too.
Yeah,
got
for
it
sure.
right.
Because then I think in the second round, who they grabbed? They grabbed somebody else in the second round.
Yeah, he's solid though.
Yeah.
He's solid.
Yeah.
I thought overall it was a very deep draft.
Yeah.
Me too. High upside.
Yeah. I mean, even if you got somebody at 10, you came.
It was
out-
you couldn't.
came
Yeah.
out good.
Yeah.
So
You had that point guard from Arkansas going 7.
yeah, he
And
was.
he fell.
That was a steal for the Kings.
Yes, it
Yeah,
was.
I think it was a deep draft, but it just wasn't as exciting for me. Like I can't compare it to the 03 draft.
What do you compare it to?
Just another day, bro. I'm sorry.
Hey, Bobby, like it's a what have you done?
Yeah, I guess so.
Like,
I mean, like I think this draft class is the ones we're gonna be seeing a lot of. Like I know some of those kind of fizzled out, but I feel like this draft class right here, we're gonna be talking about a lot of those players in the near
agree.
future.
I
You know what I
agree.
mean? Whether it's AJ, whether it's Acuff, whether it's
Cam Boozer,
Caleb
Wilson.
Wilson. I mean, you name it. Like I mean, a lot of these cats are gonna be Hall of Famers in my opinion.
One guy I do want to shout out though, Illinois point guard Keaton Wagner.
Yeah.
Went to the Clippers at 5.
Yeah.
Shout out to Illinois. I think they really are demonstrating because I've been an Illini fan forever, but we're not known for sending guys to the NBA.
Right.
And now recently, Brad Underwood, he's really adjusted to today's college climate. He getting them one and dones.
Yep.
We having success in the postseason, and these guys are going to the league. So I think we're gonna continue to have that talent because guys know that Illinois can get you where you want to go.
For sure.
Well, I know it's a lot of talent, but I think the marketing was kind of bad to me as far as presenting these picks. I didn't see a lot of pub on it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was just like, oh, okay.
Okay. So you didn't see a lot of like
I was watching it, but I wasn't watching it. I was watching. I wasn't as engaged as probably everybody else was.
top 14, 15 was
That
heat.
deep.
I'm not tripping. But still, man, I'm just like I was just excited for the Bulls. About time we got something right.
Yeah.
And it's like, how could you go wrong in this draft though? It was
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think these
You're right. I agree.
like even the cats from Michigan, you know what I'm saying? The 23-year-old, 24-year-old.
Yeah. He went to the Warriors.
He went to the Warriors, or even Morez
Johnson,
and he
goes
went
9 to Dallas.
That was crazy.
But his coach from Michigan just took the job with.
Yeah. So he was grabbing Michigan players.
Yeah.
We saw what time that was. You know what I'm saying?
But shout out to him. I remember seeing him and Lathan battling a couple years
That
ago.
was
And so to see him go.
So
number
hopefully,
9,
Lathan, you hit the ground running and know this is where you're supposed to be at.
Absolutely.
For real.
Absolutely. Because I'll be real. And I know I'm biased to the 309, but Lathan gave him some good work, man. Gave him some good
I'm
work.
always be biased to the 309. I'm sorry.
Come on,
always.
Now. I was at that sectional game or super sectional game, and Lathan did his thing.
I just hate that. I know we getting off topic, but I just hate that a lot of our heat for high school players they left. Like I wish they would have just stayed here and carried that type of toughness that the 309, if you want to call it that, presents to everybody else. They know that they're gonna play a good quality basketball play.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I just it is what it is. They're going to prep. They were already probably D1 anyway, so I don't think they needed to go to prep. But
I think it's just a different time now.
I don't get it.
If
you already was D1, why go prep?
Iron sharpens iron. And so you're in practice every day. You're getting the training, the facilities.
That's what the circuit's for.
I get what you're saying, Mark, because you feel like if you stay here.
Yeah, stay here. Represent your city.
Come on, man. You know how that is. You know.
Did you say 309 toughness?
For sure.
Yeah.
You want to go there?
773? What?
312.
312?
Man, because we'll give it to y'all. You don't want to do that.
Bobby.
I'm just telling you. Terrence, we can go down the line.
Go down which line?
309 against the 773 or the 312.
Let's get back.
I really wanted to get it. I really wanted to see. I wanted to see your basketball knowledge. I wanted to see
Our fifth best is better than anybody y'all can name.
Crazy. You got to be.
Antoine Walker, Juwan Howard.
Get out of here, man.
Come on. See, I don't want to be disrespectful.
Okay, no, you're
Shout
not
out to the 309 toughness.
We played against two of y'all greats and we murdered them. What, Kevin Garnett and what was the cat?
Ronnie Fields.
Ronnie Fields, we gave it to him.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
We gave it to him.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Go ahead.
not right now.
Doctor.
Okay, all right, okay.
Okay.
309 strong.
Love it.
Speaking of fights,
Yeah.
there was a good fight that happened this weekend. I didn't get a chance to check it out, but I know you did, right? And I was looking forward to watching it.
Jerome Boots and
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Zayas. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So Xander's a mover. I don't mean, hey man, boxing is very hue driven, you know.
Okay.
So
yeah,
Puerto Rican versus Black American,
That's huge.
Yeah.
So you got a Puerto Rican that can move.
Okay.
So everybody expected him to move.
Yeah.
You got a Black American that come forward. He can move.
Yeah.
He can punch. He can do everything.
does he switch?
He switched.
That's what they was talking about. Terrence Crawford does. He's the only one that does that. They were saying that that's not
Recently, yeah.
They're saying they didn't recommend him doing that. I saw it like before the fight.
Well, because Xander, he struggled against southpaw. So why you switching if
Why
you got
switch?
somebody that's switch? So,
Right.
but man, they stayed in that pocket.
yeah.
Boy, man.
Who ended up winning? What happened?
Xander stopped him in the seventh.
He quit.
It's considered a stoppage, even though the corner threw the towel in. It's still a stoppage.
Were they going
Yeah.
at it?
Xander was getting his ass beat. After Xander had some success in the third round, he hurt Boots. But man, they both.
But Xander quit.
No,
his corner quit.
Nah.
His corner quit.
Yeah, when
He
you
said no. He was like, I'm still trying to fight.
No, he nodded to the corner like, hey,
Yeah,
I ain't got nothing.
I ain't got it in me.
Is that what he did?
Yeah, you can see he took a knee, and he looked at his corner like,
That's it.
Come get me.
I don't know what to do,
Come get me.
because he just moving. He just got his guard up.
Well,
He
that's
don't
what
know
your
to
corner's supposed to do, right? If
Yeah,
you
you
see
got
your man
protection.
getting beat
So
like
now,
that.
is his name Jaron, right?
do. Jerron,
Jaron. He's the what is he now?
unified 154 champion,
Got you.
super welterweight or light middleweight, junior middleweight, whichever one you want to use. I don't know which one. I don't know why they got two names for the division, but that boy dog.
Yeah.
Xander dog too. He only 23, but man, Boots.
Yeah.
Boots is
He's
cold.
not. He's the next.
Cold.
Who he
Boost
call
don't
out?
want none of Terrence though, does he?
He call it everybody. It don't matter.
Don't matter.
Whether who gonna fight him, that's the question. Yeah,
Who should fight him?
I like to see unifications, belts unify. So I want to see Fundora,
Mhm.
but everybody gonna call for Virgil Ortiz
Okay.
because Virgil Ortiz, that Mexican style, he coming forward.
Yeah,
He take
they
no step
just
back.
Mhm.
them Mexicans, they don't know how to quit.
They don't know how to.
They just come straight forward all the time.
So
Okay.
great
Okay.
fight if y'all get a chance, man.
I'll go back and watch it today. See what the fuss is about. See if you were accurate about your boxing knowledge.
I was.
Like
You got
like the Tim Hardaway.
No, it was Gary Payton Jr.
Gary Payton, okay. So,
Gary Payton Jr. Oh, shout out to Gary Payton Jr. Wherever he at.
and Gary Payton Jr. the second.
The second.
Second.
Yeah, second.
All right, moving forward. Dre,
Yeah.
let me ask you this question. So, first of all, explain to people what your role actually is. What do you do? Dr. Andre Allen, what do you do for the city?
Yeah.
What's your job title?
Yeah, so I'm a city council member. I represent District 4. So to give people just a little context, the way our city council is made up, it's 11 members. You have our mayor, you have 10 city council members. 5 of us represent specific areas called districts. 5 of us represent the entire city. There are at-large members. I represent District 4, so it starts former Kroger's on Sterling, includes where we at, Major League Barbershop, and it goes all the way out to the shops of Grand Prairie. So you think about a lot of the commercial space, the retail space, Northwoods Mall, Westlake Shopping Center, Glen Hollow Shopping Center, Willow Shopping Center, Shops of Grand Prairie, Louisville Slugger. All of that is in my city council district. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
In my opinion, it's the most diverse district in the city because
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
have everything from young families to senior living facilities. We've got subsidized housing all the way to gated communities, anywhere in between in my council district. So it allows me to really have a good pulse on the city. When I tell people what I do, when you think of your city council member, they represent you. And so our number one job, is to pass a balanced budget and make sure that balanced budget can execute all the functions of the city. Filling potholes, making sure the trash gets picked up on time.
Reservoir.
Shout out to Reservoir. We working on it now. We working on it now. Trust me, I got an aunt that live off Malik. So nephew, get that road fixed. I'm trying, auntie.
Right.
Getting roads fixed, making sure that if you have a fire at your house, you got a firefighter to show up.
That's right.
You have an emergency.
That's important.
Yeah.
Gotta
you
put
need
it
to
out.
call a police officer. Really it's about the basic core functions of a city. A lot of the things that don't always show up in the stat sheet that you need, right? Because I ain't gonna lie, if trash day get missed, it's a problem, right?
Right.
Facts.
You may not realize it,
Right.
but let you miss a couple trash days, it's a problem.
Yeah.
But then also too though, then we get charged to address some of the societal issues, and so when you talk about maybe that's our unhoused population, you talk about violence for our youth or just violence in general. How are we addressing public safety? How are we being business friendly? Supporting entrepreneurs like yourself or big businesses that want to come to our community and create jobs and things of that nature. So we touch a little bit of everything in this role, and it's an elected position. So I get voted in by the people, and then every 4 years we have elections, and if I'm doing well, I'll get reelected, and if I'm not doing well, I get voted out. So the people, they my human resources.
So, piggybacking off of that, when is your actual term up?
So I got reelected last spring, and so I'm not up for reelection until spring of 29.
Okay, so 2029. So we got you for a long time, seems
Another
like.
3.5 years.
Hey, time flies.
Hey,
so time flies.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
But like you said, we see Dre everywhere. Dre is always
He's literally everywhere. He's the
like
Obama of
supporting
Peoria.
the city, man.
I call him the Obama of Peoria.
Always supporting the city.
Like, he's always shaking hands, kissing babies and stuff like that. Which is,
Well, I'll say this though. For me though, this is personal. Again, I grew up here.
Yeah.
A lot of times when I get calls from constituents, I went to high school with their kids, or my dad, he 1 to 12. He grew up here. They know my dad's side of the family and everything too. And although I represent a specific district, a lot of times people go to the website and they're like, "Oh, I'm calling Dre."
Yeah.
So I get calls from people from the South, the Hill, the East.
My grandmother calls you.
Your grandma called me. You know what I mean? We had to help her.
What he gonna do?
And we figured it out.
We did.
We figured it out. But that's the beauty of it. I think myself. I think, and our mayor, Dr. Rita Ali, who's from Peoria, Bernice Gordon-Young, Denise Jackson, and others who are from here, we are bringing a level of accessibility to City Hall that may have not been there previously.
It hasn't been.
So, that's what I pride myself on, of my best ability being my availability. And that's why you see me and my wife and my family everywhere, because I think people need to know that their government is working for them. But in order for them to feel that, they got to see you.
Yeah.
They got to see you at the games. They got to see you when it's not just campaign season. Because when it's campaign season, everybody want to hand out turkeys like Nino Brown in New Jack City. Everybody want to do a toy drive. Everybody want to do this. But where you at when it's not campaign season? I think that's important.
Well, I got a ton of questions. I know they do too, but we're going to get right back to it as soon as we come back. All right, welcome back to Faded Talks podcast. We got Dre here, Andre Allen. Hey. So, quick question for you. With your position that you're in, what would you say that you noticed the difference between Peoria then and now?
Like when you was coming up.
Yeah, back then.
You know what? I'll say it's interesting. So before I got really engaged in this space, I really didn't realize the complex thing that Peoria is, and so I tell people all the time, because sometimes, especially those of us who are from here, we got a little chip on our shoulder, and we may think like, oh, Peoria is a small city and things of that nature.
Peoria versus everybody.
But I say this, it's a reason why typically when there's presidential elections, those candidates stop in Peoria. is a reason why when we had that old cafe on Sterling, they had pictures of all those presidents that come down there and they check us out. It's a reason why if you go to George Shoeshine downtown, he got pictures with Obama and Bush and Clinton and all these people because Peoria is really a hub for so much. And so I'll say now that I'm in the space, I'm really seeing it. And it's a lot. There's a lot going on here. It really is. And that's why I want people to get engaged in this because there's so many decisions being made. And if you sleep at the wheel, you know, you're not going to be able to really influence it. So,
right.
But I'll say some of the things that, you know, I miss kind of growing up, you know, we've lost some things over time, you know, whether it's, you know, staple events like the Gus Macker, you know,
I missed that.
You know, we don't currently have a skating rink.
Really?
No, we don't. I realize that we don't.
Landmark.
Not even in this area either, do we?
No.
We used to have one in this
Landmark,
area.
In play. And so when I think about some of those things that we've lost over time, you know, now I think that our city is heading in the right direction, but how do we get back to a place where we bring some of those things back? We don't really have, outside of Carver and Proctor Center, we really don't have a lot of public pools as well too. So we've been
never thought about that.
And so I think, you know, sometimes the perception is we're losing more things than we're gaining.
Whose job is that who get the public pools? Is that the park district?
That's a good question. So to be honest, it could be the park district or it could be a private entrepreneur. So sometimes people give too much credit to government and sometimes people don't give enough credit to government.
Right.
And so one of the things before I got in this space, I remember I was really big on we got to get these vacant buildings either knocked down or renovated or whatever. But then you start learning the city don't own 90% of these buildings.
It's private investors.
They're private investors who they just paying their property taxes. They live in Florida. They live in Arizona.
And they waiting for something big to come so that way they can say, yeah, go ahead.
But then it's the city's problem when you have an unhoused person outside of it, or it's the city's problem when it's you got all this investment happening around it and then you have this dark building right here that's nothing is happening as well too. So to your point, it could be the park district who can help bring a pool back, or it could be an entrepreneur like itself or others to put their funds together and make it happen. Our role as a city, honestly, is to create an environment where people want to invest and, you know, maybe get rid of certain, you know, red tape and other things that make it easier, but we shouldn't be owning a pool.
Right.
I get that.
So you touched on a little bit earlier about our electives not just coming around during campaign season. So how important is civil engagement?
It's incredibly important. It's the old adage, if you're not at the table, you're not going to know what's on the menu. And if you're not at the table, you'll probably find out that you're actually on the menu. And so it's very important that we are civically engaged because a lot of decisions are being made, whether that's locally at the state level and the federal level. And sometimes people will say, well, I don't do politics. That's one thing that I learned when I got in this space. I ran my first race in 2019 and it was a crazy experience, literally, to take an adage. We was drinking water through a fire hose, just trying to figure this thing out. But when you're knocking on doors and you're talking to people, you really get to hear why people don't vote because, you know, I always tell people this: your vote is your biggest currency that you can give. You know, but people
my vote don't matter.
My vote don't matter because they want to see a return on their investment in their vote, right? And so a lot of people haven't seen that. You know, I've had people tell me my street ain't been touched in 25 years. You know, we have a big snowstorm, we the last on the plow rotation.
That's true.
You know, and so. Or we ain't got a grocery store. We don't got a pharmacy, you know? And so why should it matter? And I understand that frustration, but the way politics works, politics is a contact sport, first off. And campaigns and elections are really fostered through resources, time, talent, and a lot of money. And when you're not civically engaged, and when politicians know that you're not civically engaged, you are an afterthought.
Yes.
You are an
They
afterthought.
won't even listen to you.
So if I know that Terrence votes, and mind you, I have access, I can look up y'all voter history. I don't know if y'all knew this. Politicians, we have access to y'all voter history. So
you see mine though, right? I
yeah,
vote.
You do.
Yes.
That's why you're on my mailing list.
Yeah.
Default. So let's say, for example, though, sake for the conversation, if I pull y'all voter history and Terrence votes every election and you ain't voted since Obama got elected in 2008, okay, but who am I going to put my time and resources in to get out and vote?
The person that voted
The person that votes the most. So I'm going to target Terrence. I'm going to make sure that he stays civically engaged. But unfortunately, what happens, the person who normally don't vote, those are the people who are in the most underserved communities. It's so unfortunate. And then what happens is, after the election happens, and you call me, and I know you didn't vote, but Terrence called, and I know I got to keep Terrence voting.
Yeah.
So, and that's how the game of politics works. So that's why it's so important for people to be civically engaged, making sure you're voting, and hold your elected officials accountable.
In your district.
In your district.
Yeah, make sure you stay in your district.
And
Can't be calling in District 1, calling Andre Allen saying, hey.
I get why they call Andre, because he's seen all the time.
Yeah.
That's why they call Andre.
Yeah.
But speaking on that, Dre, you know how, is it important, like let's say like you, how important are you to the citizens? You know, like I was in fireman for 25 years or whatever, and I know you back the fire department up.
Absolutely.
You know, because you love our city. Now you might have another council person that don't really care about the fire service. Is it really important for us to vote people in that really care about our needs from Peoria?
Absolutely. It absolutely is, because again, sometimes, you know, we take things for granted, you know, so you take having a fire station within 2 minutes of your house for granted. But if that thing closed down and your crib catch on fire, instead of them getting to your crib in 2 minutes, now it's 8 minutes. And so now instead of you having a small insurance claim, now your whole
house
crib
is
gone.
Right.
You know, that's
and piggyback on that too, Dre. Y'all, 2 minutes is important. It's not just for the fire, it's for the EMS too. If somebody have a heart attack or a stroke or whatever, it's important for us to get there fast. And if we don't not there, then you got another company coming from a longer way, and that's time. And time is very important when it comes to that. But I'm sorry, Dre.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, you know, and one thing I try to educate people on is we are all paying into these services. So if you look at,
I see it on my bill.
You look at your property tax bill.
I was paying into it twice.
Yeah.
I live here.
You still had to pay?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Tell them, Dre.
Yeah. So, you know, the way we fund the city is through taxes, you know, property taxes, sales tax.
Ooh,
and I get it.
I got a question.
We are overtaxed society. We really are. And so I'm the first one to admit it. And that's another reason why you need to be civically engaged.
Yes.
And I tell even young people this. When I go speak to middle schoolers, I say, you know, y'all, I work for y'all and y'all my boss. And they look at me crazy. And I said, if you go to the store and you buy some Takis, and them Takis $2, and you get to the register, you scan them, how much they gonna be?
$2.40.
$2.40, $2.15, whatever.
Right.
And what's that added difference? It's called taxes.
Right.
We use that sales tax to get things done in the city. So even if you're not 18 and you can't vote, you still paying taxes.
Right.
So that means that you should have a say.
I got a question. What is the rain bill? Who is that? Whose pockets is that going into? The storm bill, the rain. What is it called?
I'll give you so you're talking about the stormwater utility fee.
Oh my goodness.
So I'll give you some.
Is that a hustle?
No,
it's a hustle.
It's not. It's not a hustle. So we have this beautiful thing in downtown Peoria called the Illinois River, right?
Oh, the beautiful.
How much rain come on
and so much sludge and all this stuff goes into our river, right?
Okay.
You wouldn't hop in there right now.
No, I wouldn't do it
You
anyway.
wouldn't.
So
this federal organization called the Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA.
Okay.
You don't mess with them. You don't mess with the IRS. There's certain federal agencies you don't mess with.
Yeah.
25, 30 years ago, they came to the city of Peoria and they said, y'all need to do something about that river. And the way y'all gonna do it though, is y'all are going to invest in what is called the combined stormwater overflow. So in the southern parts of cities, in the southern part of the city, some of those pipes, they're going straight into the river. And in the northern parts of the cities, you know, they also have some older pipes out there. The stormwater utility fee allows us to do the repairs to make sure all the sludge and all the crap before it goes into the river is cleaner, is better for the river. So what we do as a city, we get a loan from the state to do these projects, and then we use your fee dollars to pay back that loan. Now, the reason why it's called a fee and not a tax is because we have a lot of churches and education facilities in our community. And what are those institutions? They are called
Tax-free, tax exemption.
Tax exempts. So if it was a stormwater tax, the churches, the hospitals, none of them would pay into it, right?
Yep.
So it's a fee that everybody
got to
pays
pay
into it. Everybody pays into it.
they be going on lavish trips on it with our money.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
I see the need. I see the need, but it's
I have to explain this every 4 months when it come to my household to my wife. So
I'm trying to tell you.
I get it.
But thanks for explaining that because a lot of people didn't know about that.
Yeah, and so we are under it's called a federal decree to clean up our river. And this is why we have to do it. And the thing about government that is so frustrating, 2 words that we hate to hear: unfunded mandates. So federally, at the state level, they will make great decisions and they'll campaign on them and they'll champion them. And then they don't figure out ways for us local guys to pay for them. And then we got to get creative and typically come back to our citizens and say, hey, look, they said we got to do this.
So here's another fee.
Here's another fee. Now, also, you have another option. You can either create a fee to help clean the river and satisfy the federal government, or we could reduce services. So now you don't got that fire station in your neighborhood.
We don't want that.
Or you don't have the police officer, or maybe trash pickup ain't weekly. Maybe it's every 2 weeks now. So in government, you either got to figure out how to balance the budget, maintain strong revenues, or you got to decrease your expenses. And it sounds great to say, hey, let's decrease expenses. But then again, what does that mean? Now it's that pothole, instead of it getting fixed tomorrow, it's getting fixed in 2 months because now we don't gut public works.
Yep, I get that.
Okay.
Somebody could die because you don't got the firehouse there.
So the best thing to do is raise taxes.
No.
Says no one.
No, says
no one.
It's making sure though that one, we are doing a better job of engaging our residents on what we're doing with your tax dollars. And I don't know if we do the best with that just in generally, not necessarily even locally, but state and federally. Even when I get paid, my day job work for the county and I see how much comes out my check and I'm like, whoa, all these different things you're paying into. And so I think we need to do a better job of that. But one of the things that I've been talking about recently is it's not raising taxes by no means, but it's having a growth mindset. We need to grow Peoria. We've got to grow our tax base. And we have to invest in those who aren't contributing at the rate that we need them to. Because right now, you have your higher earners who are probably being taxed the most because some of the lower earners aren't able to contribute as much.
So you said something that was interesting. A lot of people probably don't know this, that the councilman is not your main job.
No.
You actually have a real job.
Yeah.
What is your actual real job?
So
Been a dad.
Right.
Right. Yeah, that too.
You know what? It's interesting. So technically, the mayor and the city council members these are part-time jobs. So majority of still have full-time jobs. Like Miss Denise Jackson, first district council member, she's a teacher at Least Ford Academy, former Roosevelt.
See, people don't know that.
Bernice Gordon Young is a psychotherapist out at the jail. So I work for the county. I'm the county's chief diversity equity inclusion officer. I've been in that role since 22. Prior to that, I worked at Methodist College. I was dean of students out there for 6 years. And so because people don't understand that it's funny, a couple of things that I always hear. One, we're lining our pockets or we're making so much money.
Campaign money.
The funny thing is, so the city council, we do get paid. So when you're a city council member, you're also on the board of directors of the Peoria Township. So between both stipends, it's about $21,000 a year. Now,
and that's public knowledge.
And that's public knowledge. That's public knowledge. I'm grateful. Absolutely. I got a wife that likes nice things, and I got 3 kids and travel baseball and cheerleading and all these things.
On that $21,000.
That $21,000 ain't gonna work.
It ain't gonna cut it.
It ain't gonna work. And so sometimes when people don't maybe get that instant response on an email or a phone call, it's because, again, a lot of us have full-time jobs. Some of us can't do things on the clock while we're working. You got to keep that stuff separate as well too. But I get it though. People be like, look, man, I'm paying these property taxes. I need my response now.
Right. Yeah. Well, on that note, we're gonna go to break and we're gonna talk about family and all that stuff. You said you had 3 kids. We're gonna get into that as soon as we come back. All right, welcome back to Faded Talks Podcast. We got Andre Allen here. Bob?
Oh, yeah, my bad, man. I was thinking about that NBA draft again.
Oh, man.
And that 309, 312 debate, but that's for another day.
Man, you gotta come back with it. You gotta come back.
We want
got to come
all
back.
that smoke. We want all that.
You got to come
all
back.
that smoke.
So do the research.
Yeah, do your research first.
because I could think of what Shannon Brown,
D Brown.
D Brown.
I can name you. They ain't even went to the league. Man,
We can too though.
See, because I don't want
Antoine
you thinking.
Walker.
I'm just naming people that went to the league.
No,
Hall of Famers.
I understand.
Amari Sawyer. Who you got for Amari Sawyer?
Here we go.
What you talking about?
Here we go. Hey, Jamar, we gonna get that going.
We gonna get that episode
We
going.
gonna get
That's
that going.
yeah.
We might need a live audience for that one.
Yeah,
That's gonna be crazy.
You need
Bring the twins
backup?
back. We bring
No, I'm gonna need no backup because I'm just telling what the comments gonna say.
Yeah.
Comments gonna say, "Hey man, I don't know about no."
Did Chicago produce more NBA players or what?
So you want to do NBA?
Or okay. What are we basing on? What's the criteria? Did Chicago produce more high-end athletes than Peoria, or what? How do you want to do it?
It's still a yes, whichever question you ask.
All right,
Okay, so back to what we were
we gonna
saying.
find out.
Jamar, we're gonna get back to Drake. So Drake, tell me,
There
I
it
have 3 daughters,
Mhm.
and you have.
I have 2 daughters and a son.
Okay, so how important is that in your life? Managing the 3 daughters. I mean, the 2 daughters and the 1 son, because I wasn't blessed to have a son. But how is that?
It's one of my number one priorities. I've had my challenges balancing it all. I don't think you're never really in alignment when you're trying to chase whatever goal it is, whether it's politics, entrepreneurship, trying to be a great firefighter. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. And you're always going to be out of whack. I think about the last probably 10 years of my life, having kids, getting married, doing all these different things. And it's been a lot, to try to balance it. Running 3 races in 6 years, getting a doctorate. Without my wife, I wouldn't be able to do any of this, because I remember it was, the running joke is every time we have an election, we have a kid. And I remember in 2020, I was gearing up to rerun. So I lost in 19, ran again in 21 for my district, and I was getting ready to run. And I remember coming home from some event, and my son he was starting to walk. And I was like, wow, he's starting to walk. She said, he started doing that 2 weeks ago.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. But as a man,
I get it.
But as a man, though, sometimes like we find ourselves kind of locked in because we're thinking like, well, long as I'm paying the mortgage,
Providing.
Yeah.
The check is cashing every other Friday,
Mhm.
I'm good. So I definitely have my home. I always joke and say I can't go somewhere because I don't got the home equity.
Oh yeah, you always say
my
that.
home equity in the red, and it's gonna be in the red for a while, man. But I'm very blessed now to where my kids are older. I can start bringing them to more things as well too, so they can start seeing like what dad does. So then that way it's now always like I'm doing my thing and they're like, with their mom and things of that nature. When you have kids, you start seeing their personalities and they start getting involved in activities and all these different things. And you want to be there for that, and so
That's huge.
I do my best to be present. I might be present for a little bit.
Yeah.
Being present is important.
Key word last episode was
Yeah,
present.
present.
Yeah, because I think even there was times where I wasn't as present, and I thought, well, if I bought them some Roblox or I bought them, took them to the store, bought them a toy or something, that was enough.
Yep.
And no, actually, enough is me being there at the
there.
Y yesterday when my kids wanted to go swimming. You
Mhm.
know what I
Yeah,
mean? That's
simple.
what matters. So
That's simple.
that's really what I try to prioritize: being present for my wife, being present for my kids. But it's not easy though. It is not easy at all. And I always joke, once you have 3 kids, you go from man to man to zone defense. It's always a hole in the zone.
Man.
It's always a hole in the zone.
So is it different for you raising daughters than a son? Because I know your daughters probably look at you like you're just a king.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
like women.
For right now, anyway. My daughter's starting to flirt with preteenish.
Yeah.
I'm sliding down.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
What's sliding down?
What's the ages?
So my oldest will be 12 in September, and then my son just turned 8, and then my baby girl will be 6 in a few weeks.
Well, they say okay.
So is it different for the girls and your boy? Because it's just they probably look at you completely different.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll say this: when I found out I was having a girl first, we did a gender reveal. And at the time, obviously, I think you're always excited, like, oh, I want a boy,
Yeah.
and all this. And we found out I was having a girl, and
Like, damn.
I was like, okay. I was like, all right, this gonna be different. And I grew up in a house of just all men and my mom, excuse me. So I got 2 younger brothers and stuff too. So, but I'm glad I had a daughter first because it made me be more emotionally in tune with my parenting. I think if I'd had my son first, I'd have treated him like a GI Joe. I would have not been as mature when it came to his emotions. And so now when my son, when he, has these emotions lash out, we can actually sit down, have those conversations, and I have a patience with him because I had a daughter first. And so I think that I'm grateful for that experience as well too.
Girl dad.
I ain't gonna lie though, it hit different though. We was in the sonogram room, so we didn't do a gender reveal with the second one because I couldn't put myself through that. And we was at the sonogram room, and they said we was having a boy, and I started yelling, and then the nurse come in or the doctor was like, "Is everything okay?" I said, "Everything is great.
It's great.
We are good." And I named my son Drayton. And it's funny, when I was a kid, we all used to play like NBA Live and Madden, and you create players, and I will always create a player named Drayton Allen.
There you go.
Like ask my brothers, ask my boys, that was his name. And so it was like, where you get, and I wanted him to have his own identity. I wanted him to still be called Dre, but and so that's where we got the name.
That's what's up, man.
But no, I love my kids though, man. They're amazing. I'm very blessed.
I feel like my son is my pride, but my daughter's my heart.
So I got 3 hearts there.
Yeah.
Well, 4 with my granddaughter.
Yeah.
I agree with you though. I never had a boy, but them daughters just hit different, man. They hit different. Yeah. My last baby girl, I thought she was a boy because you know how they say that women carry the baby.
Yeah, carry low. Yeah,
she was carrying her low. Real quick story, she was carrying her low. So, man, I went out. I bought me a truck, black. What was it? I forgot what black truck. Bought me black truck. I bought me a blue car seat. All that, man. I bought all
before the gender reveal.
Yeah, see, she didn't want to do a gender reveal.
I just wanted to be surprised.
Well, I wanted to know, but she wanted to, but she carrying it low because the last baby she was carrying high.
Yeah.
So you know how the black myths are, But so carrying it low, we going everything, buying everything, buying all this boy stuff. Do the sonogram, like, man. She got a big, but had a big head. I'm like, gotta be a boy. Gotta be a boy. So you know how when you're doing all that, and I would say, hey, if you a boy, move. So she'd be in the stomach, and then she would move. I'm like, oh, it's gotta be a boy. I'm excited, right? So then the baby come, man, the head come out. I was like, yeah, it's gotta be a boy. Got a big head, man. I'm like, yes. Got the body come out, and he turning around. I'm looking. I'm like,
he said, oh dear.
I'm like, where is it at? And then I swear to God, y'all, my baby girl, she wasn't born for 3 seconds. She looked at me. She's like, I'm here.
I'm here.
What's up?
I'm here.
She's like, I'm here. And man, I was happy, but I was low key sad. You know how they put the baby in the what's in there. You gonna go in? I'm like, no, I don't feel like going.
I was going to the gym.
Yeah, I should have went to the gym. But no, she was in there. She wasn't crying, but she ended up being. She's a great kid though. But I thought it was a boy. So
yeah, that's real. That's real.
You got any more?
Shit, no.
What's the 5 things that you care about the most?
As far as
politically or personally, which one?
Either way.
Yeah. I would say the top 5 things that I care about for our city in this role as a council member. I would say 1, doing things for our youth. I think like we talked about earlier. There's been things that we grew up going to, and we didn't realize it at that time, but those were staples. Those were things that kept us occupied. Now, some of us, that's why, like, when youth have issues, and I be seeing some of the Facebook warriors trying to call out our youth, and I'm like, but you was the main ones fighting that in play. You was
right.
Tearing
that bug up. Oh man,
I remember you.
Wow, town and country.
But we got to get to a place where we're able to curate those experiences again for our youth, because 1, they're not going anywhere, and so if we don't address it, it's only going to continue to get worse. So that's important to me, man. That's a whole nother segment.
I'm saying, like, how do we do it though?
Because it really takes a village. So you have the family dynamic. You have the school system, and then you have the community, and that's really, and then outside the community, that probably you have workforce opportunities. Are they able to get gainfully employed, and then also too the social service aspect, because a lot of our young people, they have so much trauma that's really not being diagnosed. They're told to suppress it, And so then they go out to the real world and they quote unquote crash out, but they dealing with something that happened to them when they were 7 years old.
That's right.
Just start at home.
You know,
Right.
and so that's important to me too. I would say bringing more businesses to our community. I was very fortunate to be part of bringing like Raising Cane's up the street. And I remember when I posted about Raising Cane's coming, people was like, well, we don't care about no chicken tenders. I said, you know what? It's not about the chicken tenders.
Right.
It's about showing that a national successful brand chose Peoria.
Yeah.
And you know,
And not Bloomington.
and not Bloomington. Well, they have
They
one.
did
They do have
Bloomington.
one in Bloomington. They do have one in Bloomington.
But
But they was here first.
And
Shout out.
Krispy Kreme.
we
had
had
Krispy
Krispy
Kreme.
Kreme.
Man, can we get a Krispy Kreme back?
You know what? Probably not. Because unfortunately, you know, the old adage they say about our city: if it could play in Peoria, it could play anywhere, right?
Right.
And so sometimes, you know, when things don't play here, you know, I remember Krispy
I don't think we were
Kreme-
ready for that though.
and not at that
I don't
time.
think we were ready for
I
that.
used to buy a dozen
Yeah, we
at
weren't
a
ready.
time.
Yeah. Now you got them at what is that, Kroger's, or they be
Yeah.
stale in the mug.
Yeah, we weren't ready.
But your district got Dave's Hot Chicken.
Dave's Hot Chicken is coming, so that's gonna be
Dave's
in,
hot chicken.
that's gonna be in the old Arby's.
Oh
across
man!
the
Shout out to
Raising Cane's.
312 Dave's Hot Chicken in Chicago.
I never had it.
You never had it?
No, man.
Is it good?
It
Fire.
is good.
Really?
Fire.
They got one in Bloomington, and
Okay.
then now they are coming to Peoria. So, you know, again, showing people that these national brands can come to our community, that we have the market,
Mhm.
you know, because a lot of times what people also don't realize when businesses choose our community, they looking at multiple criteria. They looking at household incomes,
Mhm.
because these aren't social service agencies. They have to make money.
Right.
You know, and so people want to be like, oh, how come we ain't got a Whole Foods, or we got this, or we got that? People are doing a market analysis and they're saying,
Real
is
good.
this sustainable?
Right.
You know,
Makes sense.
That's important.
Sorry, I ain't
Go ahead.
y'all. I know Krispy Kreme was like they need 1 million cars to drive by a day for them to open.
Oh,
the
is that how
store.
it does?
Yeah.
Oh, we ain't got that.
And then they own Veterans Parkway in Bloomington.
Mhm.
It's four lanes, 5 lanes.
Oh, that thing be
Yeah.
all day long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So Dre, you think we can ever get a cheesecake factory here?
Absolutely.
You know what? I believe we could, and
Man.
I think the perfect spot for it to be would be at Northwoods Mall in the
Yes.
former Room Place.
Yes.
I believe. Then first off, you right off 74. That's why a lot of businesses are going over here, because you right off 74.
Mhm.
You know, that's why when we
So
were
inside of
inside of the mall, because we go to one out in Orland Park in Chicago. It's inside of the mall.
yeah.
The majority of them are inside.
Yeah, they're inside the mall. It's
I
very-
love cheesecake.
I
love
love
cheese.
yeah.
Man,
So,
that strawberry cheesecake is my weakness. Man.
yeah.
Every time my girl go, I say, grab me red velvet, pineapple upside down.
That boy got an order.
I got an order, man. The Oreo and the peanut butter one.
Yeah.
Those 4.
I've never had the peanut butter one.
Fire.
y'all know what y'all need?
What's
What?
that?
A skating rink.
Yeah, and that's
yeah.
what I thought you was gonna say too about in the mall.
Yeah. I would love a skating rink to go there as well too. You know, I think though for the mall, we just have to bring things that are going to generate revenue. You know, a skating rink will generate some revenue, but you bring Cheesecake Factory there, oh, you don't
Cheesecake
change the
Factory.
game.
Man, that's
Cheesecake
man.
Factory.
You don't change. So Cheesecake Factory,
please.
come on, come
Come
to
please.
D4.
You bringing people from other cities.
Yeah,
Please.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so that's what you got to think about. Like, yeah, you bringing things for our city, but then people come to our city for a lot of things.
lot of
That's
things.
why,
Yeah.
again, when the Facebook warriors from other communities be trying to go in on Peoria, I'm like, Peoria is the economic driver for this region.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know about y'all. I don't know too many people that work in Metamora, but I know people who live in Metamora
And they
and work
come
in
to Peoria
Peoria.
and then they hit the
You know,
yeah,
and that's
yeah,
fine. Like
yeah.
we want people to live out there, and that's fine. Live where you want to live, but don't bash the city.
Mm.
Don't bash the city because your success is dependent on our success.
Mm.
Don't bash the city, bash the people.
I would say don't bash anybody. We 309 strong, Terrence.
309 strong.
309, baby.
Yeah, we 309.
We ready.
Oh.
We ready.
Yeah.
And we just recently got the golf learning. What is it
Yeah,
actually called?
Yeah, so it's called the Bays at the Golf Learning Center.
There you go.
So renovated. Shout out to State Representative Jahan Gordon Booth. She brought some funds back to the crib like she always do with the Park District, and you know it's a top golf experience. You know, we was out there for my birthday a few weeks ago. We had a good time there.
Mhm.
That's a good vibe, and they've been having success. So again, just showing that Peoria can have cool things. You
Yeah.
know, and I
Yeah.
think when we get them though, we have to be intentional about supporting things. And if you have a bad experience, just keep it to yourself for a second. Give them an opportunity to work things out before you get on Facebook and write a thesis. All right.
Hey, I had a bad experience at the Bay. I called you.
I know. But I'm glad you called. I'm glad you called.
I said, Dre, what is this?
Yeah.
I go on Facebook.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't. Yeah, I
And
didn't.
that's
Check it. Yeah.
And again, and that's that accessibility piece again, not to pivot back to the local government piece where a lot of us are so accessible. When you have issues, you can call us. You ain't even, and we can address your grievance without you running to the Facebook or the social media platform, because these businesses and entities that look to come to our city, they look at all that stuff.
Yeah.
They look at all that plays into those decisions.
And you can't unsee something online.
No.
The consumer, they see a review, whether can't see that.
Can't take that down.
And no one never says when the steak is good. You know what I mean? You go out for a good dinner. No one never says when the steak is good.
But boy, when that steak is overcooked,
come on now.
And I ain't never going back to this place again. Oh man, you be like, dang.
Yeah,
I ain't going there.
But that's the good thing. You can call Dre, but Dre will answer.
Yeah.
Now you gonna have a million people.
Good man.
Hey, 309-406-1513.
Oh
right.
man,
that's
Mike
right.
Jones. No, don't do that, Mike Jones out there.
That's the city line, you know.
Oh, okay.
That's the city cell phone. Y'all pay for me to have it, so
okay.
Text me.
Along with the rain bill too.
I joke, but that's why I'm here. You know, I work at CAT, so
Mm-hmm.
hey, y'all, it's a lot of business opportunity, a lot of job opportunities here, career opportunities here. So I'm just joking on it. So
yeah, no, and we happy to have you. Like, for our city really to go to the next level, you know, it's just like a business. In business, for you to be successful, you got to keep your core customers.
Mm-hmm.
But in order for you to grow, you either got to raise revenues. And so you either going to tax your current customers more, but at some point they stop coming to your business.
Right.
So then you got to figure out how do you bring in new customers. And that's new people moving to our community, people coming to the city. And I think as leaders, though, we have to never forget about our existing residents, because some people I talk to like yourself that have come to Peoria for gainful employment, y'all love the city. And some of us that have grew here, we feel like we haven't been afforded those same opportunities. And so we like, that's why that chip is on our shoulder. That's why we have to balance of making it a place where people want to come to, but we got to also grow our own as well.
yep. I do damn near everything here. Shop, get my hair cut, work. I do everything.
So
I'm a tax-paying citizen.
So move here.
It's a good idea. We'll talk about it later.
Come to D4.
Come to Death Row.
Also, and also too, just to kind of hit a couple other things I think are priorities. I think we have to continue to support our unhoused. You know, that's a huge issue in our society in general. I think you see it more and more now. And so, you know, with a lot of resources at the federal level really being cut back, you know, we had Hope Apartments downtown that cater to the unhoused, that closed down. And so you're seeing more and more pop-up encampments and things of that nature. And I said this Friday at an event I was at, you know, sometimes we lose the empathy for them, but that's someone's son, that's someone's daughter. And some of us are fortunate to not look like what we've been through.
Yeah.
And so we just got to figure out how to continue to support them, have accountability. You know, you can have support and accountability. They're not mutually exclusive, but that's a priority of mine and of our city. It has to be, because they're not going nowhere either.
Yeah.
They're not going nowhere either.
Another section of people that get judged by the worst. By the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Well, wrapping this up though, man, it was a pleasure to having you here. And just real quick though, anything coming up soon? Like any elections or anything like that coming up soon?
Yeah. So this fall, you'll have a lot of state and federal races on the ballot. And I always tell people, vote in every election, every time. Do yourself a service. Come this fall, go to the Peoria Election Commission website. Check out the sample ballot. You can see what's all on the ballot for the fall. And that way you can start Googling, going to people's websites, checking them out.
Yeah.
Look at people's, issues and the things they're going to be supporting. Don't give away votes. And so if you get in the ballot in the voting booth and you say, man, I didn't research that judge, don't just give him a vote or her a vote because her last name was Smith. You can skip them and go to something else. We are in crucial times, so we cannot afford to give away votes. But yeah, you'll have the governor's race. You'll have some state representative race. Our local state representative, Jahan Gore Booth, she's on the ballot, but she's unopposed. But make sure you still go out there and support her.
Support that.
And then next spring, our city council at-large seats are up. So we'll have 5 of those seats up. And I'm hearing a lot of people plotting right now. So I'm going to sit back with my popcorn and watch.
Eat your popcorn.
Watch. But that's going to be a very important race.
Cool, man. Well, it was such a pleasure having you here, bro. Appreciate you coming through, bro.
Appreciate you.